Barron William Trump, the youngest child of Donald Trump. Born into a world of luxury most of us can't even fathom. While his last name has made headlines for decades, Barron himself remains an enigma. Unlike his older siblings, he hasn't been in the public eye. While Donald and Melania have been fixtures in the media for years, Barron has managed to keep things low-key, quiet, elusive, and carefully guarded. He has grown up behind the golden gates of unimaginable privilege, a life of untold wealth most can only dream of. Barron William Trump was born on March 20, 2006, in Manhattan, New York City. He is the only child of Donald Trump and Melania Trump, making him the youngest of Donald's 5 children, and the only child from his 3rd marriage. At the time of his birth, his father was a well-known real estate mogul and television personality, with an estimated net worth of over $5 billion, while his mother was a Slovenian-born former model navigating the world of elite fashion and society. Unlike most American children, Barron was born into a lifestyle where private jets, personal chefs, and designer clothing were the norm, not the exception. The moment he entered the world, he was the heir to a billion-dollar empire and a name that commanded headlines globally. Barron comes from one of the most powerful families in the world. His father, Donald Trump, served as the 45th president and currently the 47th president of the United States. His mother, Melania, is a former model. So yeah, it's safe to say Barron was born into wealth, status, and luxury. But don't get it twisted. His childhood wasn't a non-stop media frenzy. His parents worked hard to shield him from all that. While the press couldn't get enough of Donald and Melania, Barron spent much of his early life away from the spotlight. His upbringing was carefully protected, allowing him to grow up somewhat normally, despite the extraordinary circumstances. So why do people keep asking about Barron? It's simple. He's the youngest of the Trump children, and there's a natural curiosity about what his life is really like. He's growing up in a world that most people only dream of. Think mansions, private jets, elite schools. But Barron has stayed under the radar, unlike Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric, who've all had their share of public exposure. His parents have intentionally kept him out of the media's reach, giving him space to grow up more like a regular teen. Of course, that privacy only adds to the public's curiosity. Who is Barron Trump? What's his day-to-day life like? What kind of person is he becoming? Let's dig into that a bit. To get an idea of Barron's lifestyle, imagine living in jaw-dropping luxury. The Trump family owns some of the most iconic and expensive real estate in the world, places like Trump Tower in New York City and Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. Let's start with Mar-a-Lago. Imagine waking up in a mansion with 126 rooms. That's right, 126. This isn't just a home. It's a massive estate that feels more like a private palace, spread across 17 acres. Inside, you'll find private beaches, gold-plated fixtures, and rooms that look like they were lifted straight out of a royal palace. But Mar-a-Lago isn't just about luxury. It's also a fully functioning, world-class resort. Every detail screams opulence. For Barron, stepping outside his bedroom means walking through some of the most exclusive and meticulously maintained grounds in the world. And it's not just about the estate, it's about where it is. Palm Beach is one of the most elite, sought-after communities in the United States. It's a place defined by exclusivity, immense wealth, and serious status. If Barron ever wants to step beyond the walls of Mar-a-Lago, he's surrounded by billionaires, celebrities, and political power players. So imagine being a teenager with that kind of world just outside your door. Early life. In the early years of Barron's life, he lived with his parents in the family's luxurious triplex penthouse atop Trump Tower in Midtown Manhattan. This palatial residence, estimated to be worth over $100 million, is decked out in 24-karat gold and marble. The penthouse reflects Donald Trump's taste for grandeur, a taste Barron was surrounded by from infancy. Even amidst such extravagance, Melania Trump has often spoken about the importance of a stable and private upbringing. In interviews, she revealed she was very hands-on with Barron, choosing not to rely entirely on nannies. Barron had an entire floor to himself in Trump Tower, with his own living quarters, play area, a gold carriage, and staff at his disposal. He reportedly enjoyed creating his own little projects and was fascinated with building things, much like his father. He was nicknamed Little Donald by Melania because of his bold personality and affinity for suits and skyscrapers from a young age. When Donald Trump announced his candidacy for President of the United States in 2015, Barron was only 9 years old. As the campaign intensified and media scrutiny grew, Melania made a conscious decision to protect Barron from the harsh glare of politics. After Trump's unexpected victory in the 2016 election, Barron became the first boy to live in the White House since John F. Kennedy Jr. in the early 1960s. However, Melania delayed their move to Washington, D.C., choosing instead to stay in New York until Barron finished his school year at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School, one of Manhattan's most prestigious private schools, with tuition surpassing $50,000 annually. In June 2017, the First Lady and Barron finally moved into the White House. Barron, at just 11 years old, began attending St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Potomac, Maryland, a move that broke presidential tradition. Unlike previous first families who enrolled their children in Sidwell Friends School, the Obamas included, the Trumps selected a less politically charged institution known for its strong academic and arts programs. Following the end of Donald Trump's presidency in January 2021, Barron continued his education outside the White House spotlight. In 2021, it was confirmed that he had enrolled at Oxbridge Academy in Palm Beach, Florida, a private college preparatory school not far from the Trump family's Mar-a-Lago estate. Oxbridge Academy, which charges nearly $35,000 per year in tuition, is known for its state-of-the-art facilities, small class sizes, and commitment to fostering leadership. This aligns with the kind of elite education that Barron has been immersed in since early childhood, institutions tailored not just for academic excellence, but for networking and grooming future leaders. In May 2024, Barron graduated from high school, and from there, he proceeded to New York University's Stern School of Business, where he just finished his freshman year. Barron Trump's impeccable fashion sense. Barron Trump's fashion sense has been turning heads since the moment he stepped into the public eye. From a young age, people couldn't help but notice his stylish outfits. And honestly, it's no surprise. With a former supermodel like Melania Trump as his mother, fashion runs in his blood. Melania's eye for style is razor sharp, and she's passed that instinct on to her son, always making sure he looks polished and put together. Barron's fashion journey started early. One of his first notable public appearances was at his father's presidential inauguration in January 2017. At just 10 years old, Barron showed up in a perfectly tailored navy blue suit, crisp white button-down shirt, and matching silk tie. His neatly styled hair and confident presence made an instant impression, hinting at the style icon he was destined to become. Throughout Donald Trump's first presidency, Barron was often seen at formal events, and his wardrobe consistently reflected his family's high-end lifestyle. Whether attending state dinners or accompanying his parents on official trips, Barron's outfits always exuded a quiet sophistication. He favors timeless classic pieces, tailored suits, pressed dress shirts, and subtle luxury that speaks volumes. But Barron's fashion isn't just about formal wear. He knows how to keep things casual without losing his sense of style. On vacations and more relaxed outings, he's often seen in well-fitted t-shirts, shorts, and sneakers, always thoughtfully chosen. A standout example was during a 2019 family vacation when Barron stepped off Air Force One in khaki pants, a white polo, a bold white jacket, and beige New Balance sneakers. Barron also has a taste for standout accessories, especially watches. He's been spotted wearing some seriously impressive timepieces, including yellow gold Daytona Rolex, which cost almost $50,000. He's also worn the iconic Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a sporty, stylish watch with a price tag of $20,000 or more. And if that wasn't enough, he's been seen with a Patek Philippe Nautilus, a luxury watch that starts around $30,000, depending on the model. With his strong fashion sense, striking height, and family connections, it's no wonder people speculate about Barron's future in the fashion industry. He certainly has the potential to follow in his mother's footsteps and make a name for himself as a fashion icon. But for now, Barron Trump remains a style-savvy teen who enjoys the finer things in life, effortlessly blending sophistication with youth and continuing to impress with every appearance. The quiet life of Barron Trump. Despite being born into extraordinary wealth, Barron Trump has managed to maintain a relatively private life. He's not active on social media, and public appearances are few and far between. Those who have met him describe Barron as intelligent, well-mannered, and reserved. While much of his life has been shaped by the public roles of his parents, Barron has developed his interests and identity. He's fluent in both English and Slovenian, thanks to his mother, Melania, who made a strong effort to keep him connected to his heritage. On top of that, he's shown a clear passion for sports, especially soccer, which he played during his school years. Unlike his older siblings, who are deeply involved in business and politics, Barron seems to prefer a quieter, more personal path. His focus appears to be on his education and hobbies rather than the spotlight. Still, that doesn't mean he's completely removed from the Trump family empire. Currently studying at New York University's Stern School of Business, Barron may one day take on a role in the Trump organization. Looking ahead, Barron Trump's future. As Barron enters adulthood, people can't help but wonder what direction his life will take. Will he follow in his father's footsteps and step into the world of business? Or will he carve out his own identity, separate from the weight of the Trump name? With his elite education and unique upbringing, Barron has a wide range of options in front of him. Some speculate that he might even enter politics someday, especially considering his father's long-standing presence in the field. But so far, Barron hasn't expressed any public political ambitions. Right now, he seems focused on his education and personal growth, taking his time before making any big career moves. One thing's for sure, whatever path he chooses, the world will be watching. His low-profile lifestyle and private personality only add to the fascination. People are curious to see who Barron Trump will become. Barron remains one of the most enigmatic figures in the Trump family. While his father and siblings are frequently in the spotlight, Barron has stayed mostly out of it. His childhood was a careful balance between privilege and privacy, a result of his mother's strong desire to protect him from the chaos of public life. Now, as he steps into adulthood, the big question remains: will he continue on the private, business-focused path he seems to favor? Or will he embrace the Trump legacy and take on a more public role? Whatever happens, one thing is clear: Barron Trump's story is only just beginning, and the world will be paying close attention to see what his next chapter looks like.